Hello PE 113 class. We're going to take a little bit of time on this first video and talk about the handouts that you have in your Canvas for week 1 and week 2. So it's finding your pulse. So typically when we're exercising, we want to see how many beats per minute our heart is pumping, and we want to be at a certain percentage of our maximum heart rate. And maximum heart rate is that old school equation 220 minus your age. There's a newer one out there. It is a little bit different. It's just a lot more math. So I'm just going to do old school for this quarter. So when you're exercising, you want to see if you're in the fitness realm, which is that 65 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. So you're working out, take 2 fingers, place it on the thumb side, and see if you can't find your pulse right now. If you take 3 fingers and you move away that middle finger, that's sometimes a good indication where your pulse would be. You can also take it on your neck as well. Just make sure you're not pushing into your neck. And you take it for 10 seconds. So ready and count. And 10. So that's a 10-second count. You would then times it by 6 because there's 60 seconds in a minute. And then hopefully you're in your target heart rate. So that brings us to the next part of your handout. How do you find out what your target heart rate is? So it's your 220 minus your age. So if you're 19 years old, your maximum heart rate would be 201 because 220 minus 19 is 201. You take 201, your maximum heart rate, that's the 100%, times it by 0.65, right? Gives you a number. And then 201, and you would times that by 0.90, and that gives you a number. So on your handout, it's between 131 and 181 beats per minute. So if you take that number and you divide it by 6, then you would be between 22 and 30 beats. So when you're counting your heart rate, that's if you're 19 years old, you'd want your heart rate to be between 22 and 30 in that 10-second count, okay? Another much easier way is you just say, hey, how do I feel? And that's that rate of perceived exertion chart. So that's the other way of determining if you're in your target heart rate. 10 being, I can't go anymore. I am just exhausted. I think I'm going to throw up. And 2 or 3 being like, oh, I'm just kind of walking around the grocery store. All right. Once again, in your target heart rate or your rate of perceived exertion, that's 65 to 90%. So you'd want to be exercising. If you're using the rate of perceived exertion, you'd like to be at a high 6, a 7, an 8. If we're doing intervals, that 9, maybe that 10, okay? So we're gonna just be talking about that throughout the quarter, because when you do your fitness logs, I'm gonna ask you, what was your activity? How long did you do your activity? And how did you feel? So you can either do your beats per minute, or you can just say, hey, the majority of that workout, I felt like I was about a 7, okay? And that's just what we'll be doing throughout the quarter. So the other part of this video is we're talking about body weight exercises, and we're also going to be getting our heart rate up so we can find our pulse and kind of see where we're at. All right, so the first one we're going to do is going to be just a body weight squat. So our feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to think about pushing my heels in, putting my toes out. I'm not actually moving my feet. I'm just isometrically trying to feel that ground, okay? My chest is lifted. I take an inhale as I drop down into that squat. Exhale as I come back up again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, right? So as you're doing those squats, you really can do whatever you want with those arms. You can have them out in front of you. You can have them crossed, whatever you'd like to do. We want to make sure that those knees aren't falling in, okay? So you want to make sure that your knees are going the same direction as that second big toe and that big toe, right? And when we do squats, we're using those major muscles of the legs, right? We're going to do 4 more, 3, try to have your hips a little bit higher than those knees, 2, hold on 1. Right? So when we do a squat in a side view, you don't want your knees over your toes. So you want to sit your bottom back, and little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Another leg exercise you can do is lunges. So you're going to take a step back, and then come forward. You can do a back lunge, you can do a forward lunge. Same thing with those knees. You want to have them going the same direction as the toes, right? You don't want your toes going one way and your knee going the other. So we're gonna go 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna take a forward lunge. So you're gonna step towards me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that heart rate's getting up a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, 10. So you can either just do a little march in place, walk in place, or run in place. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. So I'm purposely trying to get your heart rate up. Bring those knees up as high as you can. I'm sure if you live in an apartment right now, the people underneath you are wondering what you are doing. 10 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's see if we can find that pulse. 2 fingers on that wrist. Ready, count. And 10. So that's a 10-second count. All right. So once again, after you figure out where you're supposed to be, hopefully you're in that range, or you just say, hey, how do I feel? Yeah, I'm getting my heart rate up a little bit. Okay. So we've talked about 2 lower body exercises, the squat, all right, and then also the lunges. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on, and I'm going to have you get into a plank position. So our shoulders are directly over the wrists. Okay. Anything we do on our toes, we can also drop down to our knees. All right. If you are up on your toes, squeezing those toes together, squeezing the glutes, right? And I'm thinking about pushing my heels together of my hands. Okay, and that's going to get my scapula or my shoulder blades down. Right? I can also drop to my knees. I'm going to inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Inhale down, exhale up. So when you're doing your push-ups, keep going. The major muscle you're working is that chest. All right? Down and up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Hold. Abs are pulled in. You'll also hear the word core over and over again, all right? So it's basically the shoulders to the hips, and you're trying to have a nice, strong torso. So my abs are lifting up towards my spine. Everything is working together as a team. Hold for 4, 3, 2, mountain climbers. So we're gonna get that heart rate back up again. Hey, hang with me. We got 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up again, all right? Going back into the lower body strengthening again, into those squats. Ready? Here we go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, side view, 6. Keep those knees back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Backwards lunge for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Run in place. We got that 30 seconds again. So in this video, we're just going over a couple body weight exercises, talking about our target heart rate, how to find our pulse, what is the rate of perceived exertion. 15 seconds. After this 15 seconds, we're going to try taking that pulse again. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so you can either try it on your neck or in your wrist. Ready, and count. Stop, right? So sometimes it's difficult to find where your pulse is, you know, sometimes it just takes practice. But remember, your backup method is that chart, that rate of perceived exertion. All right, let's keep moving. So we're gonna go into the push-ups again. Remember, when we're doing push-ups, main muscle we're working is chest. If my elbows are really close to my body, then I'm gonna be doing a lot more tricep. So we're gonna try tricep this time. So arms are very close to you, and I'm gonna face you this time. So we're in that plank position. Arms are gonna try to touch your sides and come all the way back up again. It's gonna be a lot harder because it's a smaller muscle group. We're gonna try 10 of them, all right? You can also do them on your knees. Ready? Here we go. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and swing those legs in front of us, and we're gonna do just a couple crunches. So crunches are kind of old school. They are working our abdominals, so we are gonna do those. You're gonna lay all the way on your back, and you're gonna lift the head and the shoulders up off the ground and come back down. All right, you can also put those hands behind the head. Exhale. You don't want to yank on your head. So keep the chin down as if you're pressing your chin on a tennis ball. 2 sets of 8. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to reach side to side. Get in the obliques or the side muscles. Side to side, side to side. So we're trying to lift up and twist. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to center. Reach up, 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 up. We got 4, 3, 2, side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, we got one more muscle group and then we'll call it good for this video. Low back. So for low back, I'm sure you've heard the term back extensions or Superman, Superwoman, whatever you want to call it. We're laying on our belly. Our arms are extended out. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay? So really squeeze the glutes. If that's feeling okay, you can do both arms, both legs, and back down, lifting up and down. So this is strengthening our low back. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So make sure that you look over the questions that I'll be asking you that are going to be in your activity logs. And then once you know those questions, you can make sure that you know the answers through these videos. So I pretty much just answered all your questions on your quiz for you. Okay, so hopefully you're taking notes throughout these videos. I encourage you to get outside as much as you can, keeping, of course, your social distancing and or physical distancing, I think is what we're calling it now. And if you have any questions, email me. All right, look forward to hearing from you. Bye.